Mythic weapons have been in the game for almost 4 years now. They debuted back in Chapter 2 Season 2, and they've come a long way since then. And they've evolved a lot over time. Today we're going to discuss that evolvement. What changed, how did they change, and why did they change? Let's find out. But before we get into this video, I want to tell you guys to like and subscribe. And also, I have a creator code now! That's right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I have a creator code now. It's code Brivy. Thank you guys so much. It's because of you guys that I'm allowed to have it. I appreciate all of you so much. And anyways, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the video. Alright, so mythic weapons were introduced in Chapter 2 Season 2. The mythics that debuted were Midas's drum gun, Tiantina's boom bow, Sky's mythic scar, Sky's mythic grappler, Brutus's minigun, Meowskull's Piao Piao rifle, and then later in the season, Deadpool got dual pistols as his mythic. All of these weapons were very overpowered. Well, except the Deadpool dually, they sucked, but everything else was really, really good. And there was only one of each on the map. And also, these mythic weapons were guarded by bosses and IO guards, which was also newly introduced to the game. And that also carried over till present day, pretty much. And in the following season, Chapter 2 Season 3, there were 6 new mythic items. There was the Chug Jug, which wasn't in the game at the time other than the mythic AUG rifle, the mythic drum gun, again, but it was a little bit weaker. The mythic glider grappler, which was really cool. The mythic charge shotgun and the mythic shockwave launcher, which all were very good weapons. Very glad they were in the game. Those were very balanced, like very good weapons. They weren't overpowered in any way, which I kind of don't like. I think a mythic should be kind of overpowered. Not like overpowered in today's sense, but we'll get to that later. They decreased the number of bosses in Chapter 2 Season 3. It went from however many there was, 6 to 3 now. So there was only 3 mythic bosses, 3 mythic POIs that you could potentially land at and get the guns for. And then we moved to Chapter 2 Season 4. Now this is when they introduced the Marvel Mythics. Now, keep in mind, fantastic idea with the Mythics. It went along with the season, but this is the first time they introduced, like, I don't want to say abstract ideas, but they weren't really weapons. Like the Unibeam, it's a weapon, but it's not a weapon that you like shoot. You know, you use it once every, however long it took to cool down, once every 30 seconds or so. The gauntlets, both Doom and Iron Man, they had infinite ammo, and they weren't really guns either, but you still kind of shot out of them, I guess. The mythic bomb was pretty weird item. It set stuff on fire, and it was actually pretty good. And then we had the Groot Ball and the Silver Surfer mythic, which were both really good, actually. I really like both of those. I like mythic movement items. I don't think that there's anything to complain about with them. Oh yeah, and Thor's Mjolnir. That was also it wasn't really a gun. So anyway, they kind of introduced some creativity to mythic weapons. They didn't just make standard run-of-the-mill weapons really good. They actually brought something new to it with the Marvel collab. Which at face value, it looked like it would be better. Looked like it would progress mythics in the right direction, but in reality, it kind of progressed them in the wrong direction. Let's fast forward to Chapter 2 Season 8 real quick. Chapter 2 Season 8 introduced some interesting mythics, I'll just say that much. So in this season, a mythic called the Paper Bomb Kunai was introduced. Now keep in mind, as Chapter 2 progressed, more and more collabs were being introduced. And this is kind of the first season where they used one of the collabs to put a mythic weapon in the game. But the Kunai, it was pretty good. It wasn't like broken, but it was good. It was a fun thing, especially for all like the Naruto fans and stuff. I'll get to my opinion eventually. I'll hold back for now. So anyway, this was kind of a test run for Fortnite, like including weapons from their collabs in the game. This is kind of the first time they did that, Chapter 2 Season 8, and they made it a mythic. And now let's fast forward again to Chapter 3 Season 3. Now in this season, they decided to do something interesting. They made it so where you could get a mythic variant of every weapon that was in the game. So because of the reality trees, I'm not going to explain the whole physics of it, I don't want to bore you with it, but basically over time, you could get mythic versions of every weapon through your reality saplings. Now I will go ahead and express my opinion on this. I don't like it. I don't like how everyone can have a mythic weapon. I think that's a stupid concept. I think that the whole point of an item being mythic is that it's a rare quantity. It's mythical. Like it's not It's not supposed to be everyone can get one. Unfortunately, Fortnite started to cater to all the bad players in late Chapter 3, and it's been like that since, so they have to make good weapons easier to get so that way the worst players can have more fun on the game. Now, I know I'm being salty when I say that, but I'm sorry. I have to be. I'm good at the game, okay? I can't not be upset about it, man. I'm sure if you're a bad player, you probably love this. But I'm not, so I didn't. And here we go. This is when they resumed the mythic anime weapon mythic things. So the first thing, we got the Kamehameha. That was one of them. And then we had the Nimbus Cloud. I actually like the Nimbus Cloud. I'll say that. Again, it's a movement item. I can't get mad at a mythic movement item. It's not bad. But the Kamehameha, I have a lot of problems with because it shot through builds. It did a lot of damage. And you had a lot of uses with it, and you could get them anywhere. That is a big problem that these seasons had. They would drop in around the map, and you could also buy them out of vending machines, meaning that a lot of people could have these mythic weapons. And I hate that. I've already expressed that. I will continue to express that. I hate that more than one person can have a mythic weapon. I think that's a dumb concept, and it's been a dumb concept ever since they came out with it. Now, if it's stuff like a movement item, I don't mind that because it's a movement item. Like, everyone loves a movement item. It's not going to do any damage. It's not going to hurt anybody. Movement items are good, man, especially when they're mythic. The mythic Spider-Man grapple, the Nimbus Cloud, both of those were really, really good. And I don't mind that everyone can have those at all. I love that. But the Kamehameha, I have a problem with, because it's not fair in any sense for 4 players, 5 players, 10 players in the lobby to have this item. It's just, it doesn't make sense. But that's not where my frustration ends, because they continue to do this. Let's fast forward again to Chapter 4, Season 1, just 2 seasons later. This is when they introduced Deku's Smash. Words can't describe how much I just hate this. I'm very glad that they've done this a limited number of times. It feels like they've done it a lot, but I hate all of these anime mythics. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I hate them. I think they're stupid and they should never be added to the game. Now keep in mind, I don't watch anime. So when you take someone like me who doesn't know the lore and the stuff behind these weapons, and you put me in the game with it, it means nothing to me because I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's a lot of people that like My Hero Academia and that can use this and feel really cool about it. They're like, whoa, I'm using this thing that they use in the show. That's really cool. It's like, I don't understand. So for me, it was just very frustrating and it's very broken. The reason that Chapter 2's mythics are so good is because, like, there's no bias to it. Like, there's nothing that you can know about the mythics beforehand. Like, I'm gonna have the same experience as someone else with those same mythics. But like these, my experience with these sucks because I don't know the lore and the story and everything behind it. So I don't, like, it holds no value to me. That's where I think they messed up, is that they're not connecting with their whole audience like they used to. They're just connecting with a certain majority. It probably is the majority. I'm in the minority when it comes to not watching anime. I know that, but it's like you're losing part of your audience because they can't relate to the items that you're putting into the game. And this item was so stupid. I remember it so vividly. All of them are the same. They just shoot through builds and they're just like big laser beams. Like you can't do anything against it. And I honestly forget if there was more than one of these. I'm pretty sure you could get these pretty easily. I could be wrong about that. Oh, sorry, no, a vending machine and also a My Hero Academia supply drop. So these were very easy to get. And this is also not where my frustration ends, because Chapter 4 Season 3 exists. Oh, I don't need to go into detail on why this season sucked, but I think that the mythics contribute to it a lot. First of all, the Cybertron cannon. That thing was so annoying to go up against. It really wasn't that good. It was just so dumb. Like, why is it in the game? And once again, you can get them out of chests. Like, everyone can get one. And it's a mythic weapon. That's just so dumb. So not only was the Cybertron cannon this season, but also the hollow purple was in this season, which is exactly the same as the Deku Smash. When I say all the anime mythics to me are the exact same, they're all the exact same. They do the same thing. They shoot through builds. They do the same amount of damage. They're overpowered. They kill you. It's just all the same. Now, fortunately, in the following season, they brought back a lot of the old mythic weapons, like the actual weapons, and you could pick which one you got when you went to those POIs, which was really good. I think that was what the game needed. That's what I needed. It had the same kind of vibes as Chapter 2 Season 2, where you would go to a POI, and all hell would break loose when a bunch of other people would land there. And it was really good. It was really good that you got to pick your mythic. So they reeled it back in a bit, but they continued to downward spiral. And now, in this current season, Chapter 5, Season 2, so all of the weapons, as far as like the weapons go, they're fine. They're all pretty good. But this Thunderbolt of Zeus, now I will say, it does level the bias. Everyone knows pretty much the same information about it. It's still not fun to go up against. I mean, I can't say that it's fun. Now, I will say they did a good job. They nerfed it. But it's like they nerfed it so quick. Why did you even put it like that in the game to begin with? Like, you know you made a mistake if you nerfed it that quick. It was overpowered. It went through builds. It did like 40 damage each. You had a bunch of charges with it. You had unlimited uses pretty much. You could get them out of any of the mythic chests around the map. Everyone could have one. It was just stupid. It was all the things they've added to Mythics over the years all combined, and it was really bad for a couple days. And now we got the water bending Mythic, which came out not that long ago. I haven't even used it. I haven't really gone up against it either. It's pretty good, I can't even lie. It does a lot of damage. It's pretty good from far away. It's not very good up close. So, I mean, good job making a good balanced weapon. Once again, I'm sure it would mean more to me if I actually watched Avatar and knew a lot about it, but I mean, I haven't, so it doesn't really hold much value to me. But so the evolution of Mythics, I think that we're going the wrong direction. I don't like what they've done to them. I think that they were perfect in the beginning, and they've really only gotten worse since the first season they came out, just in my opinion. I hate how you can so easily get them now. Everybody can get one. That's a result of, you know, the game's been going on for so long. There's going to be new players, and they're going to be not as great at the game. So you have to make it fair for everybody. I don't like it. I understand why they do it, but I don't like it. I don't like all these collaborations that bring Mythics into the game. I just think it's stupid. Now, if they brought in a collab that I actually was interested in and I watched, then maybe I would feel different about it. But every collab they've brought into the game and made a Mythic for, I've never had any affiliation with it. So I can't say anything good about it. The weapons are unfair and I have no connection to it. So it's just not fun for me. So overall, I just think that they've done okay. I'm glad that they've put a lot of like actual mythic weapons in the game now, like actual weapons instead of just like the Thunderbolt and the water bending and stuff. So good job by you, Epic. But yeah, man, I think that Fortnite's doing it all for the money, man, and I don't like it. They go all in with the collabs, and I think that that's been the demise of mythic weapons. And hopefully they get better soon, but I don't think they've gotten better ever since they came out. I think it's only been downhill. But that's my opinion for the video. I'm going to stop crapping on Mythics now. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to use my code in the item shop. It'll be on the screen. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to have a code. That's just amazing. Just make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you for making it here. If you're here right now, appreciate it. Make sure to vote on the polls every day. I've been posting polls every day, like I said I would. So definitely make sure to vote on those. Just thank you guys so much for all the support. I'll see you in the next one. I love you.